Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Thursday the 13th of March 2025. Before we start today's video, I must apologise for those of you who follow the Daily Millwall on Spotify. Couldn't upload yesterday because the recording software that I used decided to record in like 10 frames per second, and Spotify have a limit of 24 frames per second and they will not let you upload if you go below that. So my apologies. If you want to watch it, you have to go to YouTube and catch up, but there's not much. It's just talking about, it's a very short video talking about the Leeds defeat. Very downbeat video. I think it's kind of dawning that there was a chance, with the Watford win, that, maybe, it's very slim. But I think there's 9 games to go. I think the season's done, really, isn't it? So, let's talk about the game. The talking points from Mill's 2-0 loss at Leeds United. Lions can't tame championship leaders. Well, not on this occasion. I don't know if you've realised we played them for the 3rd time this season. We played them 2 times before. We beat them 2-0 up at Ellen Road in the FA Cup, and we beat them at home 1-0. So, on aggregate, it's 2-1 in terms of wins to losses, and in terms of goals scored and goals conceded, we're doing pretty good on that as well. So, Mill's chances of sneaking into the Championship playoffs were dented. Well, I think they were ended, not dented. Rearrange those letters, my friend. On Wednesday evening, as they suffered a 2-0 defeat at Leeds United. Here are Edmund Brack's talking points from the game. Poor start killed Millwall. After a bright opening 120 seconds for the Lions. It took just 3 minutes for Leeds to bounce back from their 1-0 loss at Portsmouth on Sunday afternoon, a first defeat in 17 championship outings. Castrodinor was dispossessed in the centre of the pitch, and a 1-2 between Joe Rothwell and Joel Perreault saw Mana Solomon played into the box. The Spurs loanee's cross was deflected off Jake Cooper and found a way into the back of the net as Lucas Jensen, who had already moved out of his goal mouth to collect the cross, put the ball into his own net. No, he didn't touch the ball. Am I going mad? Everyone seems to think it's Lucas Jensen own goal. Is it Jake Cooper own goal? He didn't. Am I going mad? Look, I swear Lucas Jensen didn't touch it. Which is probably one of the reasons why everyone's got it in for him. Alex Neil's side did well in weathering the storm after the opener, but were unable to fashion any chances of their own for the rest of the first half. A late flurry of set pieces, the closest Mill came to troubling Ilian Meslier. They kept a strong defensive structure in the second half and frustrated Leeds, with Dan James and Brendan Harrison both having shots blocked inside the box. But Leeds' patience paid off with 5 minutes of normal time remaining when Ayo Tanaka arrived onto Junior Firpo's cutback to curl a shot beyond Jensen. LUFC defeat FA Cup 5th round finalists Millwall was posted by Leeds' X account, underlining the needle between the two clubs. Yeah, I mean, very classless Leeds. They seem to be celebrating this like it's I don't know. I can't even think of what it's like, but they've been over celebrating it and being like very arrogant and cocky about it. Which they will be in the Premier League next season, and I would imagine they'll be lucky to get 20 points. So, I mean, come back next year, and we'll see next season how cocky you are then when you're losing in the Premier League every week. Millwall, who had knocked United out of their competition, had to come out and attack Leeds if they wanted to stake a claim and spark a late charge into the playoffs. Instead, they probably showed their opponents far too much respect and allowed them to control the tempo of the game. The performance was summed up by recording no shots on target. Ouch. Number 10 is a priority signing. The change of George Honeyman for Billy Mitchell after the ex-Sunderland attacker went down with a groin injury after 28 minutes saw Neil surrender an attacking player to help combat the midfield battle against Joe Rothwell, who was running the game for the hosts. But the change in shape meant the South Londoners were unable to create a chance for Mihajlo Ivanovic, who did not touch the ball once in the opposition's box during the first half. The Serbian striker's isolation continued at the start of the second half, with Leeds dominating the play and looking to break down Millwall's stubborn defence. If Millwall were getting any joy when attacking Leeds, it came in the shape of Femi Aziz, but Daniel Farke's side doubled up on the former Reading attacker to cut out his threat. Neil looked to get Aziz more space when he brought on Edomu Imaku, and pushed Summer Signing over to the right-hand side. Luke Cundall played as a number 10 for the rest of the match, but in terms of having a clinical pass on the bench who could help bring out a bit of structure to Mill's attack through the centre of the pitch, it's clear those skill sets are missing from the squad. No, they're not. You've literally put a picture there. So you clearly know, because why would you have a picture there? The picture doesn't go with what's coming underneath. So, again, this guy has got like 3 assists in the very limited game time that he's had. He is the number 10. Him. Rahis Bangora Williams. We've got 9 games left of the season. Our season is done. Play him in the fucking number 10 and see what he can do. And here we go. What is left to play for this season? I was going to bring this up at the end of the video. What do we want to get from the rest of the season? Maybe I'll mention it now. So while the playoffs are not mathematically impossible for the Lions, closing an 8-point gap with 9 games left to play while hoping teams above step up is highly unlikely. Neil can soon start preparing for next season and having his first full summer in charge, a transfer period that could see a fair amount of work done to the squad. Honeyman, Duncan Watmore and George Saville are out of contract. The likes of Josh Coburn and Zach Sturge will also have the chance to show the Lions that they should spend to turn their loan deals into full-time moves. I don't think the Zach Sturge deal, that was a possibility. I don't think. I think Chelsea want to keep him. I don't think they were looking to let him go. Mill had looked into signing Coburn in the January window as exclusive real by the South on the press. The final 8 games could also give Neil the chance to blood youngster Reece Bangor Williams, the ex-Tooting and Mitcham youngster, has been in and out of the side since starting 4 championship games in a row just over a month ago, but the final few games now represents a chance to give the attacking additional minutes and get him more comfortable with championship football before his first full senior season. Absolutely. So let's talk about that now. So obviously, what is left to play for this season? Well, nothing. So what do we want to get out of the rest of the season? Personally, it would be nice to see one of the strikers get to double figures, as in 10. I'm being realistic here, and even that's a bit of a stretch. We are the second worst attacking team in the league in terms of goals scored. So far they've got, Ivanovic has got 5, Coburn's got 4. So they would need to get 5 and 6 respectively, which in 9 games that we've got left is a big ask, unless Alex Neil throws caution to the wind and we just go hammer and tongs and he tries a few things. He tries to play more attacking, even if it means we start shipping goals. But if it's 3-3, if it's 4-3, if we win or lose 4-3, it is what it is. At least we've scored 3 goals. Obviously not ideal. What would I like to see? I would like to see Liam Roberts start. As soon as his ban is ended, I want to see him starting. I want to see a big 2 fingers up to the FA and all of the media. Start him in a game, even if you're just starting in that one game, and then afterwards you go back to Jensen. Just do it. I mean, what else is there to do? In terms of bringing in any of the other youngsters, Massey, can we see what he can do? In terms of the under 21s, maybe Daniel Kelly, Carl Smith as a right back. maybe he was injured. He's been out for a fair old while. He's come back. He's been doing very well in the under 21s, but I think most of the decent players for the under 21s are out on loan. That's Tom Lee and Henry Hearn and others. So obviously they won't be able to play. I don't think their loans can be ended because I think you need to transfer the registration or something like that. So I don't think they can be ended unless it's a youth loan. If it's a proper loan like Kamal Grant's loan, I don't think that can take place. But what else is there to play for in the rest of the season? I don't know. Leave your comments below. What do you want to see us do in the 9 games that we've got left in the rest of the season? What are the targets? What are the aims? What do you want to see? So we've got some post-match comments from the manager, head coach. Alex Neil reveals his biggest frustration with Mill's loss to Leeds United and explains why the dynamic of the tie changed in the second half. This is from southwarknews.co.uk. Alex Neil expressed his frustration with how Millwall conceded the first goal during their 2-0 loss to Leeds United tonight. The Lions went behind in the 3rd minute after Jake Cooper's deflection from Mano Solomon's cutback wrong-footed Lucas Jensen. Again, he didn't palm it into... Did he palm it into his own net? I swear he didn't touch it. Millwall pushed for an equaliser and had bright spells throughout the first half, but were a distinct second best for most of the second half. And Ayo Tanaka's 85th minute strike from Junior Firpo's cutback secured a well-deserved 3 points for Leeds. The man of their first goal was really frustrating and disappointing from our point of view, Neil said. We've been a bit how do you do it again? Your stick's not even touching the ground. We've been a bit unfortunate in terms of own goals since I've come here, and that's right up there with him. The lad gets to the byline, we give the ball away a bit cheaply in the middle of the pitch, and Coops, he gets across a good block, and Lucas is you're gonna basically just take the cup back in his arms, and unfortunately hits it off him and lands in the back of the net. At that stage, highly unfortunate for the goal to go in, but then, from my point of view, with what Leeds are playing for at the moment and how they've been going in terms of at the top end of the table, you need to then go and try and rally, and you need to make sure that your heads don't go down and you crack on. And the first half, I thought we did that. We moved the ball well at times, and we got in good areas at times. We didn't really create enough clear-cut chances, as we would have wanted. I think probably the best one is when Femi gets down the wing and whips a cross in, and we probably need to try and attack the middle of the box better. The best chance for us was for the Coops' header from a set play before half-time. If we could have got that, it would have made it an interesting second half for sure. I think them scoring early changes the dynamic in the second half. They don't need to necessarily come out and go and try and win the second half. And then we try and make changes to make ourselves a little bit more aggressive. We put more pace on, and we try and get ourselves up the pitch, and against quality opposition, you're going to leave yourself a little bit more exposed. But I think you've got to give Leeds credit. They were very good tonight. They're a good side, and to be fair to our lads, until that second goal went in, I thought we were resilient. I thought we worked hard, showed a little moments of quality, keeping the ball. More so first half and second half, and so that's probably my biggest frustration. Now, this from londonnewsonline.co.uk. Alex Neil felt his Mill side were competitive for large parts of the 2-0 loss to Championship leaders Leeds United. Mill had George Honeyman and Femi as his come off with injuries and did not manage an effort on target. There was to be no repeat of the Lions FA Cup victory on the same turf with their best chance falling to Cooper at the end of the first half, but the big centre-back could not get his header on target. The first goal was really disappointing, Neil told Mill TV. It's a cutback. Lucas goes to read it, hits the inside of Coop's leg, and it deflects into the goal. And that's highly unfortunate. It makes it difficult because although we want to stay in the game, it means at some point we've got to be more aggressive and try and score a goal. At first half, we moved the ball well at times, and we had a really good chance just before half time. Coops' chance with the header. And I was really pleased with our lads. Listen, it was tough. They're a good side. And it's not easy to come here. Second half, we did move the ball as well, and we started to become a little bit more tired in terms of the running and the pressing and to try and get the ball. We made a really aggressive subs because we needed the goal, and we know that's going to make us more exposed. The second goal is disappointing. We should be more aggressive and trying to stop the cross. It's a cutback, and we're on the wrong side of that lad when he shoots. But as I said to the lads, for large parts of the game, we were highly competitive. So there you go. Moving on to this from Southern News, it's no surprise where they are. Millwall boss and why Leeds United are contending for automatic promotion. I thought it was a bit of a surprise. I thought they weren't that good actually yesterday. They weren't that good. Alex Neil said he was not surprised Leeds United topped the championship as they have top 6 players all over the park. After Millwall lost 2-0 to the Whites at Ellen Road last night, the Lions started positively, yet we know all that stuff. Neil thinks Leeds match the profile of the sort of teams that usually get promoted. Whenever you're a team that wants to get promoted, you look at the 3 facets of your team: the forward line, your midfield line, and your back line, Neil said. What Leeds have got is they've got top 6 players in their back line, top 6 players in their midfield, and top 6 players in their front line. And you've got that, and you're not far away. They've got a manager who knows the course, he's been promoted, he knows what it looks like. So when you put all that together, it's no surprise where they are. It isn't surprising. No, he doesn't mention the goalkeeper who gets a lot of stick for all the mistakes that he makes. Now, moving on to this from southernnews.co.uk again. Mill head coach Leeds United loss not worth dwelling on too much. Yes. Let's forget about it and move on to Stoke game on Saturday. Alex Neil does not think Mill's 2-0 loss to league leaders Leeds United at Ellen Road last night is worth dwelling on. Leeds have only lost once at home since mid-September. Mill knocked them out of the FA Cup and won 13 out of their last 16 league home games. Mill struggled to get going for most of the game, especially in the second half, and only registered 4 shots, none of which were on target. When asked if the result was worth dwelling on, Neil said, "Oh no, I said to the lads afterwards, Leeds have been excellent at home, and I think they've lost one game in 18, and they're lately at the top end of the division. And from what I've seen so far, they've been the best team across the league. Like I said, the first goal was really sort of frustrating, because there's nothing you can do about it. And it's just an unfortunate event, and that makes it a really difficult task. Because when you come here against them, if you can give it a 0-0 or you can get the first goal, it becomes really interesting at that point, and we never really got to that stage. So that's a bit disappointing, isn't it?" So that's it for the post-match comments. Nothing to dwell on. Let's move on. But what are we moving on to? We got 9 games that don't mean anything. What's the point? Well, today's Thursday, of course, and every Thursday the EFL publish the latest Sky Sports TV selections. And the latest Sky Sports broadcast selections have been confirmed for upcoming year for fixtures. Future broadcast selections will now be made on a weekly basis for the rest of the season. Yes. So every week they are selecting television games for 4 weeks ahead. So you can see here, this is 4 weeks ahead. And we are not there. Obviously because our season is done. It's busted. It's done. Finished. So our game on this day is Saturday 12th of April, 3 p.m. kickoff. Middlesbrough at home is going to take place at 3 p.m. It's not going to change at all. It's set in stone now. So if you wanted to book travel, go ahead and do it. Now, next week we're going to find out about the Easter games. Now, here's the thing with this. Obviously, because the games ain't on a Saturday at 3 p.m, I would imagine that they're all going to be on Sky Sports Plus. Because you've got games on Good Friday and you've got games on Easter Monday. However, obviously Sky have just launched this Sky Sports Plus streaming service this season, but they still have the traditional, satellite channels that they do have to move games to, so that they can show them on those those channels like Sky Sports Football, Sky Sports Main Event, channels like that. Obviously, because it's on a Good Friday and Easter Monday, they could still show it at the 3 o'clock, but they're not going to do that. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? They will probably move a game to an early kickoff or an evening kickoff, 5 o'clock kickoff, something like that. So, we'll wait to see next week, but these games could be moved, I reckon. Obviously, they're not going to move the date. Maybe they might move it to a Thursday kickoff. That would be a kick in the nuts. But I reckon a lot of clubs would like to have the game on a Thursday. So obviously, every year we get the Good Friday, Easter Monday short turnaround. And this is, bit of a weird one, isn't it? But, it is what it is. It happens every year. So I imagine a lot of clubs wouldn't mind being moved to the Thursday for TV, so they have an extra day between games. But there you go. We wait to see. Obviously, Blackburn and Norwich, they are above us in the table. They might be competing for the playoffs. So it could be selected, but not because of us, because of the other teams. I think maybe. Well, they didn't pick the Middlesbrough game, and they're competing for the playoffs as well. So wait to see. Now, here we go again. Every single time, I'm paraphrasing. I don't know. I think there may have been one game, but every single time they auction off shirts from the game that we've just played, it's a game that we've lost. What the hell is going on? Why don't they keep doing this? So match-worn shirts from Mill's trip to Leeds United are now up for auction. Take a look and place your bid below as the tops from the starting 11 available. So just the starting 11. So here we go. This is from matchwornshirt.com. There's 8 days left. And, Wes Harding, 11 quid. Why not? Luke Cundall, 19 quid. So not, just launched, but there you go. Now, interestingly, Luke Cundall, it says Luke Cundall, what the picture says Ivanovic, but when you go up to Ivanovic, his shirt doesn't show the back, it just shows the front. Very weird. Very weird. Now, on matchwornshirt.com, there's another one that's still going. So you've got overlapping. And again, the game against Bristol City, which was the feet, we've got the shirts for that still being auctioned off. And at the moment, Jay Cooper's in the lead. You can see it's match one shirt because it's still got the stains on it. It's still got the grass stains on it. So there you go. Cundall's wearing long sleeves. Why? Joe Bryan, 69 pounds. So there you go. This is 2 days left. So there you go. Again, every time, and we lose. Some news today of an extension of a loan. So Henry Hearn has extended his loan at Hornchurch until the end of the 24-25 campaign. The striker has now overcome injury to take his place back in attack for the Essex outfit. Returned to action on Monday night as he scored in the Urchins' 3-1 Vanarama National League South loss at Emil Hempstead Town. So there you go. Picture there. Guess who that is on the right? Mr. Hairy Legs himself. It's Tony Craig playing for Dorking Wanderers. He's still going, ladies and gentlemen. He's still going. Must be, 38, 39 now? And he's still doing it. Crazy. That's it for the news. So if you're not going to stick around, thank you for watching. we're going to move on to this now, because we do this after a game, and we'll see if we can see anything. What was the problem? Mill had no significant strengths, but we were poor at finishing. We lost possession often. We gave away a lot of free kicks around the box. We committed a high number of individual errors. We played with whip. We attacked down the left-hand side, and we favoured long balls. Okay. And here you can see the attempts on goal: 19-4, open play 14-1, set piece 3-3, counter attack 1-0. Own goal 1-0. So their conversion rate of 2 from 19 is 10%. Pretty standard in this league. Ours is 0%. 0 from 4. Obviously, we didn't score. You can see half of the stuff went down our left-hand side. Again, obviously Femi did very well in the cup game. So they said, well, let's just do that again. Like Leeds weren't prepared for that. Good job, team. Shot directions. Obviously, we only had 4 shots, so they all came down the middle, and they were all in the 18-yard box. All 4 of them. Action zones. Damn. Player positions. Wow. What was it? 4-1-5. 4-1-3-2. 2 wide. The 2 wide men for Leeds were the furthest forward. Yeah, like I said, with the rest of the season, Alex Neil, let's do crazy shit like this. Play formations like that. Let's play 5 up front. Why not? What else are we going to do? What else are we going to do? And you can see Millwall, Kramer, and who's 39? Is that Honeyman? Okay. And you can see, was it 26, 30, 25 Kundal, 24 Denor, 26 is Ivanovic, 23 is... Who's 23? I don't know, but you can see they're all bunched up in the middle of the park, trying to deal with the 10, the 8 and the 11 of Leeds United. So there you go. Yeah, let's try out these crazy formations like that. 4-1-3-2, 2 wide. Man, that would be insane. If you play 2 up front, but they're not in the middle, they're out in the doubling up on the fullbacks, and then you have basically 3 AMCs going through the middle. Wow, that's just insane. So let's have a look. Let's move on to this from whoscored.com. What's in the match events? We had to make a substitution after 28 minutes. The own goal scored. We tried to... Obviously, you can see we make the changes. We've got to go more attacking. Coburn comes on. Connolly comes on. And then 6 minutes later, they score again. Because we tried to go for it to nick the point. At that moment. For all the huffing and puffing that Leeds were doing. We're still only 1-0. And they didn't score. We scored. We scored the goal. So, so if you look at the club badges, top left, top right, 6.96 average player rating for Leeds United, and for Mill it's 6.28. So, again, I think this is like the second game in a row, Tanganga. Not too good. 5.8. Someone did mention, obviously, this season is the first season in a long old while that Tanganga's played a lot of football. He's played a lot of football. Is it time for a rest? Is it? Should you play Kramer there? I know. Oh, yeah, Harding. Yeah, it was a Harding, wasn't it? So 45 is Harding and Honeyman is 39. 23 is Saville. I forgot he started. He actually started, didn't he? Jensen, 5.7. But you can see the own goal, the red ball, is on Cooper. It's not on Jensen. It's given to Cooper. Kundal, yeah. Kundal was atrocious yesterday. I mean, come on, man. Why is Bangor Williams not playing? We're trying to improve these players and sell them on. We picked Bangor Williams up from Tooting and Mitcham. So, you know what I mean? Like, he's the next Romain Esse, 100%. The guy, if you've spent any time watching the under-21s, you know, and you've seen this guy progress from where he was to where he is now, you know he's not done. You know, he's going further. Whether he does that with Millwall or someone else, he's going further. So, yeah, what is going on? I don't know. Total shots, this says 18. They said, 19 because they had the own goal. So they had 18, but we gave them one which bumped up to 19, so they had 18. And you can see, look, it's just, they're not doing anything with the set pieces. It's just literally the front players. All of them. And for us, our goal threat came from Cooper and Tanganga. Wow. And obviously we have players who take free kicks and corners who can't take free kicks and corners properly. So I'm sure that's going to work out fine, you know. Possession 60-40, of course. Yeah, I mean, insane. Tanaka, 10.1% of the match time he was on the ball. Pass success percentage 83-73. So even though we didn't have that much of the ball, our passing was pretty accurate, 73%. And you've got Saville 81, Cooper 82, Tanganga 80, Denor 88. So, you know, at the back, pretty solid. It's just, you know, further forward, because obviously very isolated up front. Billy Mitchell 91 when he came on, 91%. Dribbles 12-11. Aerials 19-14. Obviously, just their defensive players, mostly. Tanaka, 6. Cooper with 3. Harding with 2. Ivanovic with 2. Tackles 18-20. So we only tackled them 20 times, but they tackled us 18. Every one of their players having a tackle, except for the keeper and the striker. And again, Tanganga, no tackles. No tackles. In fact, the player with the most tackles is Aziz. How is that? How has he got the most tackles? Corners 4-3. These are the players who won the corners. Dispossessed 13-8. So there you go. If we move on to this, and we can see the list. So the player ratings. Only one player with a 7. That's 7.04. That's Femi Aziz. Just under George Saville, 6.98. Then 6.79 Billy Mitchell. So Billy Mitchell comes on. He plays, obviously misses 27 minutes. But he plays whatever the remaining is, 60 minutes. And he gets the third highest rating, 6.79. Then you've got Joe Bryan, 6.76. Wes Harding, 6.62. Ivanovic, 6.38. And Maku, 6.35. And then right at the bottom, let's go to the bottom. What do you got? Lucas Jensen, 5.69. Tanganga, 5.81. Is it time to give Tanganga a break? I mean, obviously he's going to have a week off next week. It's international break and he's not international. Don't know. He has played a lot of football. He's played a hell of a lot of football. But yeah, so what we got? We got what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players under 6. Although 3 of them obviously substitutes who came and had less time on the pitch. Damn. Okay. So if we go to, obviously we had the 4 shots and we didn't have any shots on target. Man, what the hell? Offensive. Did we get offside? No. See, we weren't that far forward, were we? Defensive stuff. See, tackles and whatnot. We've already seen Femi Aziz with 4 tackles. Joe Bryan with 3. Luke Cundle with 3. So that's what Luke Cundle did in that game. He had 3 tackles. But he gave away 5 fouls. Who actually gave away the most fouls? He gave away the most fouls, so... Yeah, fantastic stuff. Why is Bangor Williams not playing? Interceptions, Joe Bryan, Billy Mitchell. Nice. Clearances, Jake Cooper 10, Tanganga 5. So Tanganga was just clearing the ball 5 times. Didn't tackle, didn't intercept, didn't block shot. Block shots, George Saville, okay. So, yeah, there's that. Now we're going to move on to this from fbref.com. You can see the XG in the middle was 0.9 to 0.2. Obviously, they had a cross that was put into our own net by Jake Cooper. So that obviously gives them an extra goal, which they had 0 XG on, because it wasn't a shot. So if you scroll down, and you can see 61 to 39% possession, 568 passes to 370 for Millwall. Shots on target for them, 2 of 18. For us, 0 of 4. So I guess that's... So this is why Jensen gets a low score. Because he only saved 1 of the 2 shots on target. One of them went in, and the other was a deflection from Jake Cooper. Their keeper didn't have a save to make. Fouls committed 7 to 12, corners 4 to 3, crosses 12 to 14, touches of the ball 678 to 513. Hang on a minute. So, what's this about? They had 568 passes, we had 370. But in terms of touches of the ball, 678 to 513. So, why were we touching the ball so much if it wasn't to pass it? Very weird. Tackles 18 to 20, interceptions 13 to 9, aerials 119 to 14, clearances 20 to 40, offsides 1 to 0. Obviously, their offside was the goal that they thought was a goal and wasn't a goal because it was offside. Goal kicks 7 to 15, throw-ins 21 to 18, long balls 47 to 85, nearly double more than them. So that's their players. This is ours. Now, shot creating actions. George Saville obviously taking the set pieces, 4 shot creating actions, and then Joe Bryan. Other than that, other than the set pieces, we had nothing really, did we? Really, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Take-ons, successful take-ons. Sefemius is 8 and 3. Billy Mitchell 2 and 2. Wes Harding 3 and 2. So let's have a look. What are we going to look at? Let's look at passing. Wow. So George Hyman, before he went off, obviously one of the problems was highlighted is that his passing isn't that good. You know, he's good at harassing and attacking and chasing people down, but his passing's 50%, 4 of 8. You know, and that's, well, apart from Mako, he's the worst one for short passing. He attempted 3 and only completed 2. His medium passing was 0 and 1. But then you look at Billy Mitchell, I mean, look at this. His passing is off the charts. So if we do that, pass types. So yeah, corner kicks. George Heiner with an outswinger. George Saville with an in-swinger and outswinger. So defensive actions, challenges, tackles, okay. Sefemius is tackles, 4 of them. Tackles 1 3, 1 in the defensive third, 3 in the middle of the park. Here we go. What's this about? So Billy Mitchell challenges, tackles. That one there. Number of dribblers tackled. 1, but he attempted 6. Number of unsuccessful challenges plus number of dribbles tackled. 16.7. Okay. Possession wise. Wow, here we go. Look at this. So touches in the attacking penalty area. 7. 7. And you think, well, is that a lot? I don't know what to compare it to. They had 34. This is Leeds. They had 34 touches in our penalty area. We had 7. 7. And some of them were just headers from Jay Cooper, Tanganga, etc., etc., etc. Take-ons, as we've seen before, Femi Aziz 8 and 3, 37%. Wes Harding 3 and 2. So carries of the ball, total distance, progressive distance. Here we go. Wes Harding, 157 yards total distance from 19 carries of the ball, 96 progressive distance, as in towards the opponent's goal line. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Femi Aziz, 130 from 24 carries, 76 yards of that was towards the opponent's goal line. Jake Cooper, yep. Now George Saville, not going forwards, 105 yards total distance from 17 carries of the ball, progressive distance 20 yards. Yikes. Miscellaneous stats. Aerial duels. We know about the aerial duels that were won. What about the ones that were lost? Well, Ivanovic 1-2, lost 6. Femi Aziz 0 and 2. Luke Cundall 0 and 2. He's a wee lad. Wes Harding 2 and 0. Joe Bryan 2 and 0. Kefsnor 1 and 4. Not too good. So there you have it. Let's have a look at this. The goalkeeper. Shots on target against 2. Goals against 2. Saves 1. Save percentage 0%. Launched 23 attempts, 5 were completed. That's a completion rate of 21.7. His passes, 19 passes of the ball, 42.1% launched, as in long. Average length on the pass of 36.3 meters. Is it meters or yards? I think it's yards. In yards. Goal kicks 15. All of them were launched. The average length on that was 65.9 yards. Crosses into the penalty area by the opponent's 9. He stopped 0 of them. So outside penalty area action 6. Average distance from his goal line is 21.3 yards. So here we go. Look at this second half. Look at this second half. Backs to the wall or what? We just weren't doing anything. But let's go back to the first half. Was it at the start? Jay Cooper. With these header from 13 yards. And then they have these chances. Very good chance saved. That one. 11 yards from left foot. 0.48 xg. So that was a good save. That was the save that Jensen made, the one save. But then you've got all these shots off target, and then Millwall off target. And that was the chance, Jay Cooper's chance. But however good it was, look, it's 0.04. That wasn't our best chance, because the best chance was the one in the second half, the only one, 0.06. That was blocked 7 yards right foot. But then here we go. For Leeds, blocked. Woodwork, blocked. Off target, blocked. Off target, blocked. Goal! And then blocked again. But you can see Leeds' chances. Like I said, they were kind of... They didn't have the patience to try and get in behind and open it up and create the proper chances. They were just getting close enough and then just, getting shots off and stuff like that. But very low XG. Very low XG, the quality of chances they were creating. So there you go. That's it. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.